Oh, look who decided to join. Little Tibbers. Little Tibbers. Should RESTO DRUID stack mastery? Huh? Should RESTO DRUID stack mastery? Yeah? He doesn't know. No. Okay. Hello guys and welcome to another guide that I decided to do for Restoration Druids, and this is about stat weights. So I decided to do this video mainly because this is the question I get the most while I stream and on my YouTube videos. Is basically the general question is that, hey MadSkillz, I've got this amount of haste, this amount of crit, this amount of versatility. Is this good or is this bad? So hopefully this video might help you a bit to see what are the best stat weights when you play a Restoration Druid in a raid environment and 5-man content. So let's first start with raid environment. For raid environment, Druid should get as balanced stats as possible. So what I mean by that is that you should not have priority on one single stat. You shouldn't stack one stat. That's the main thing. You want to keep everything balanced. And I mean the dream stats will kind of be something along the lines of 20 to 25% crit, 20 to 25% haste, 20% mastery, and 5 to 10% versatility. And anything in between those would be the dream. It would mean that you have the most balance. You can do raid content where you overheal, you can do raid content where you underheal, and you'll still do fine with those statistics. Of course, you can actually change your stats based on every boss, which is what you should do. But if you can't, or if you don't want to, you can just stick to that base stat and you will do fine. I mean, mastery right now can be stacked because of using specific talents such as spring blossoms and germination. That's why mastery is really good. Once you don't pick germination or spring blossoms, you pick inner peace. You want to bring your mastery way down and maybe get extra crit or haste. That's the main difference in a raid environment. If you do want to change your statistics based on each boss that you are encountering, there's two tools that you can use to check what is the best stat weight for you to use. And these tools, well, the first one is a weak aura called Leaves RESTO DRUID stat weights. You can see I actually have it in my bottom right hand corner, which has current and total stats. You just have to look at basically the current stat, because the way it works is you get the weak aura and then you go to a raid or a dungeon, and per boss fight it will take into account how much your rejuvenation heals, how much your regrowth heals, how much your wild growth heals, and things like that, and determines what is the best statistic for you. And you can use this for every boss and basically determine, wow, okay, I should be stacking much more mastery here because I can see mastery is much better. In 5-man environment, this will always be mastery, be number one because of how germination and how many hots it works. Second thing, you can use Torti Spreadsheet, which is basically an Excel spreadsheet where you input your values from WoW Armory, and it'll determine what stat is the best for you as well. So these are the tools that you should use if you wanna determine the best optimization per boss fight. So this is something that might help you a bit. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below about the raid. For 5-mans, it's a lot different story. And here, actually, you want to stack as much mastery as possible, because in 5-mans, you can have as many hots as possible, multiple players. You can have, because most of the time in 5-mans you run with germination, you can have 2 rejuvenations on each of the 5 targets. You can have wild growth hot there as well. You can have scenario ward in your tank. This is all accumulating towards your mastery, and mastery becomes better than intellect. So mastery, intellect, and haste is your best stat, because in 5-mans, between each pull you should be drinking. And while you're drinking, that means you do not have any mana problems. And therefore haste, you want to have as quick spell usage as possible. So therefore haste is the second or third best stat you can use. So hopefully this little tiny guide about stats helped you a bit more. And I wanted to cover this because I wanted to answer a lot of people's questions. And leave a comment below if you feel different. You can leave a comment like with your stats as well. I can have a look at them and your logs. But for right now, I'll see you in my next video.